Good, sit. Hi, welcome to Stray With Me. I am Jessie. This is Shasta. She's all dressed up today for the video. Today we are talking about three things I regret about my van build and things that I will be changing in the next couple weeks actually. So Shasta's probably going to be back and forth, so I apologize if this video shakes a little bit, but let's just jump right in. I got my handy dandy notebook. Okay. So the first thing is that my bed layout is way too complicated. I don't fully regret the idea of having a convertible bed in a small van. I think they're great because you're really maximizing the space that you're given. I think you're about to fall in like 2 seconds. There we go. You're maximizing the space that you're given, which isn't a whole lot. And it's really nice to be able to have some extra floor space. So I honestly have like right now I cleaned everything out because I am actually going to be ripping this apart today. So it's just insane how much space I have for the floor. So what I'm going to be doing it's going to be a little bit more complicated in terms of mechanics, but once it's done, it's only going to be 3, maybe 4 cushions. I have 6 right now. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Is your bed comfortable for you? Mwah. What was I saying? I got distracted. She's just so cute and sweet. Yeah, so I have too many cushions. It takes too long to make the bed. I had to use precious storage for the bed, for the bedding. And this ended up being used as storage for my clothes once I made this into a fixed bed. Fixed as in just like I didn't make it into a couch every day, so. The other thing I regret about my van is that the ceiling falls too low. So when I was building this van, I was actually able to stand up in a single point of this van. And now, because I used just a normal single panel, I think this is, God, what is this called? I've literally been looking at wood online at Lowe's, so I can't. I was just looking at what this was, but it's 5 millimeters thick. It bends, but it doesn't really bend to the contours as well as like shiplap or something like that, because those are each individual slats that can kind of follow the contour a lot better. So I'm going to be doing fake shiplap because it'll be cheaper. I'm just going to get 1/4 inch ply, cut it into like I'm not sure if I'm going to do 4 or 6 inch strips and follow along the curve of the van. So hopefully in a certain area, maybe I won't be able to fully stand up because I have insulation, but I'll be able to mostly stand up and be able to cook in my counter. The next thing is the solar panel installation. I'm happy with my electrical, sort of, for the most part. I've had some issues. They have since been fixed by myself. So the fact I hired someone to help me because I was nervous, and even though I had done all the research and totally could have done it myself, I was all in my head that like I can't do it, like I don't have the experience. And I'll link this blog post in my description because it encompasses my entire feelings throughout the entire build. I struggled with a lot of internalized misogyny, thinking I can't use tools or I don't know how to do this because I was never taught, because I'm a girl. And that's not to say anything bad on like my parents. It's just the society we live in. And that was something that I had to overcome to be able to do anything in my van. It took me 3 months to build this when it probably could have taken me, actually probably took me more like 5 months, I think, by the time start to finish, because I was waiting for my dad to come and help me and like use all the tools to cut the wood. And I should have just, by the end, like I built all these cabinets myself. My dad put together the walls, but I made cabinets like and cut the wood myself. Like I could have done all of this on my own in a month or 2. So same with the solar system. I hired someone else to do it. He had no experience with DC power, ended up actually frying my fan. He shorted it and I checked the fuse, didn't work. So it all just, yeah, had to replace it. He bought the fan that I replaced it with so that was lucky, but it wasn't great. But on top of that, when he installed the solar panels, he used this like foam stuff that you use in light switches that when you press it together, it like seals itself. But that foam had cuts in it for like light switch like plates to put the things together. So there was holes in the foam that was supposed to seal it. And of course I have leaks. So I can't, when it rains, I have to take out everything from about like 4 inches deep, because I think it leaks in like one of these areas for where the bolts are for the solar panels, and it rolls down the insulation and falls on my clothes in here. So I should have done it myself. I would have sealed everything before I fully bolted it in. And I also don't know if I would have installed it the same way that he did, but it's secure, so that's the whole thing. Like he did it on these, like, he bolted them through the inside with strips so that if the wind caught it, it wouldn't like rip off the fiberglass on my roof. So when I take the ceiling down to fix it, I'm going to finally have access to the bolts, and I'm going to waterproof it from the inside. And hopefully that solves the problem, because it's been a horrible experience dealing with these leaks. It's been bad. And I thought I had 3, but I actually have 4 or 5-ish things that I regret about my build. And I kind of talked about this in tips for building in a small van. Don't use white. Like, I am probably still going to keep the walls white, because those are a little easier to wipe down. They don't get as dirty as like the cabinets, but I really regret using white on all of the lower things. Like, everything is dirty and I can't clean it. I will have to repaint it before I can do anything else. So the other thing along those lines of like the fact that it shows dirt are my dark floors. I thought like a darker wood would mean that like I wouldn't really see the dirt, but you can. They are like a washed kind of like gray look now. They are not nearly as brown as they were. And yeah, I don't like it. So if you are choosing colors for your floor, try to go a little lighter, or maybe even do like a gray tone, maybe something with like multiple brown shades. Cause this is like, it has like 2 brown shades, but it's mostly just dark, and it's not good. So yeah, that is it for the things that I regret about my van. I kind of talked about some of these in my tips for building a small van, and some of these things I'm actually going to change. So actually all of them I'm going to change. So I'm really excited to show you guys those videos as they happen in the next few weeks. I'm hoping to get my build done for Hulk 2.0 by like mid-March, end of March, so I can hit the road again in April. And yeah, thank you so much for watching another video from Stray With Me. And Shasta and I, oh hi, do you want to say goodbye? Yes. Shasta and I say thank you for watching. And if you want to follow along on the journey, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and also subscribe to my Instagram, because that's where you can find most of what is going on with us, and more like real-time things. Like if something goes wrong, I will immediately be posting it. Did I say if or when? I don't remember. But when something goes wrong, I will be posting it on my stories on Instagram. So yeah. And she actually has her own Instagram too. She's not very active on it though, because she doesn't like taking photos of herself. But right now I think there's a cat outside. I don't know what she's looking at. What are you looking at? She's pissed. Look at her claws. I don't know why she's so mad. Is there a cat out there? Why are you freaking out? Something's out there. Okay, we're gonna stop and get moving with dismantling the van. I'm a little nervous, but